Hello everyone. So we are actually going to do kind of a part 2 to the fuel mileage test, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to measure the actual fuel consumption that this car ultimately gives us. For those of you guys that do not know what that is, basically what we're going to end up doing is we're going to travel a certain amount of miles, we're going to measure how far we traveled, and then afterwards we are going to measure the amount of gas that went into the tank. We're going to measure it at a full tank, and then what we're going to do is divide the gallons from the actual miles traveled to actually get our number. So right now the car is telling me that our average throughout this whole tank has been 24.8 miles per gallon. However, we may see that this number does not match up. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to test the accuracy of this Tucson, as some cars may be a little bit more accurate than others. So let's take a trip to the gas station and let's go from there. Let's start measuring numbers. Here we go. Oh yay, I never thought I would miss traffic. Like seriously, it's one of those things where Nevada's starting to open back up, so all the people that were not technically considered essential workers, granted in my opinion, like if you were a worker, thank you. But yeah, it's nice to see traffic. It means things are going back to normal. I'll probably be over it in like a week, but yeah, cool. On the way to the gas station, here we go. Alrighty everybody, so we have gotten our numbers. As you can see, we have traveled 272.6 miles. This is going to be the numerator in our equation, so we're actually going to need to keep that number in the back of our heads. The 24.8 miles per gallon, that's what the car is telling us that we're doing. So what we're going to do is see if our number, once we get the denominator and the amount of gallons that go into the tank, we are going to see if the 24.8 is actually true or if the number is slightly off. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to fill up the tank right now. Alright folks, 11.566 gallons is what it's telling us. So we're going to keep that number in our heads right now, and now we can go ahead and get our calculation done. Alrighty, so now it's time to actually calculate our real MPGs. As you guys recall, the car was telling us we averaged 24.8 miles per gallon in that 272.6 miles we traveled. So with that, let's go ahead and actually do the calculation. 272.6 miles traveled, okay? And if you guys recall, we put 11.566 gallons into the tank at the pump. So when we divide those numbers together, we actually get 23.6. Now granted, I'm rounding up a little bit, but we actually are getting 23.6 miles per gallon. So ultimately, my real consumption is a little bit lower than that of what the car was telling me. So kind of use it as a guide. Don't necessarily, claim it as perfect. The car is doing its best to give you the most accurate number possible, but it's up to the driver to ultimately determine how much fuel is being consumed, because then it allows you to kind of gauge how far you can drive on each tank. So with that, we're a little bit inaccurate on this, and this actually kind of proves my point from one of my previous videos, is that yes, although it's reading 33, 34 miles per gallon sometimes, and I'm traveling downhill, that's not necessarily what my car may be actually consuming. So I appreciate you guys watching and doing this test with me, and we will go ahead and see you in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and leave comments, and we should be good to go. Thanks for watching.